Hi YouTubers. I read a story today on NJ.com that sent chills up my spine. It appears that, at least for the time being, an ugly ghost from New Jersey's past has come back to haunt us. And that's New Jersey's asset forfeiture law. In the 80s, the state legislature enacted an asset forfeiture law, which was designed to allow local, county, and state prosecutors to go after the assets of criminal enterprises, like the mob, various street gangs, and this and that. The idea was that if they could capitulate the assets that were enabling the criminal enterprise, they would, in essence, destroy its backbone. That law experienced a lot of abuse, especially where I'm from in Somerset County. During the tenure of Nick Bissell, our county prosecutor in the 1980s and 90s. What would happen was you would have an opulently wealthy person who is worth tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars, honestly earned, and that person would get caught with an ounce of marijuana or an ounce of cocaine. And they would capitalize upon the law and use it beyond its designed purpose, which was to go after criminal enterprises, not people that simply have a drug problem or a substance abuse problem and have money. In the 90s, in the late 90s or early 2000s, I think maybe it was the year 2000, the New Jersey Supreme Court, during the Ports era, declared New Jersey's asset forfeiture law to be unconstitutional under the Takings Clause of the Fifth Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. So shortly thereafter, the legislature reenacted another version of the asset forfeiture law, which essentially added more due process safeguards and was never really used at all by county or state prosecutors until now. The case that I want to talk about is Oclepo v. Mercer County. In Oclepo v. Mercer County, what happened was a Hillsborough teenager driving a very expensive Mercedes-Benz was pulled over in Hopewell Township, which is about 5-10 minutes outside of Hillsborough, right over the Mercer County border. And he was found with 2 ounces of marijuana. So, with that said, the prosecutor pursued an asset forfeiture against the Mercedes-Benz. Under the new asset forfeiture law, the prosecutor is obligated to prove that the forfeited property was an instrumentality of the crime. In this case, I don't think that he met his burden, and the reason being is the car did not enable the kid to commit simple possession. It's not like the kid was distributing drugs in the car. It's not like he was a dealer or anything like that. He was simply in simple possession of weed. And for that, he gets a $50,000 car taken away under the theory that it was an instrumentality. That's thin, folks. That's not even thin. That's emaciated. And now the latest discussion is the legislature going to repeal this law? Is the state Supreme Court going to declare it unconstitutional like its predecessor statute? And these are things that we're going to see in the next 6 months to a year.